Follow me at Chris Reed Beats if you are on any social media platforms. Also, if you are interested in one-on-one live tutorials, you can go to my website, chrisreedbeats.com, and you can sign up for a one-on-one tutorial there. Please be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Okay, today we're going to continue our conversation we was having yesterday about secret sauce in Reason. Okay, so this is the things that you can do inside of Reason that you can't do in other DAWs, and it's going to be the things that's going to make Reason stand out, and it's going to be those things that help us to either create sounds or be creative, or to just branch out into the next the next level of where we're at. You know what I'm saying? Catchy Noise Production, shout out to you, man. He says he's in Hawaii. That's crazy, bro. That's super dope. Okay, so this time let me see, I had to make sure I turn this volume down. Yeah. So yesterday I spent a lot of time talking about players, talked about polystep sequencer, and that really is a secret sauce for many different reasons. We looked at the strum capabilities with doing things like guitar, but also the chords that you can do with piano. We looked at bass lines, drums. We looked at trap elements with 808s, kicks, and with hi-hat patterns, even snare roll patterns using polystep sequencer. So that's definitely going to be a secret sauce that you can use in terms of that. Another secret sauce that you can use is Reason's combinators. Now, combinators are really cool because it gives you the ability to combine multiple instruments into one. And you can really get started very quickly, just like I just did. If you have one instrument, you can just press combine and that will put it into a combinator. And the routing for that combinator, now the combinator comes with its own mixer, even though you can't adjust the volume of that mixer. But before, you would need to make your own mixer. So what I would do is I would come into Reason Studios and I would select from the utilities while holding shift one of these mixers, either the line mixer, or you can add in the mixer 14, depends on how many instruments you want to combine. Okay, Mohajer, what's up? Welcome to the live stream. I know I probably didn't say your name right, but if I did, kudos to me. So we're gonna get started with this mixer. We're going to go ahead and route into this line. And the next thing that I just want to create another sound. I think what I'm going to use one of the newer sounds. So I'm going to use two. The first one that I'm going to use is going to be the polytone. Okay, we're going to use polytone here, and that gets routed right there into the second mixer channel. And then third, I'm going to add in an object. These instruments I feel are some of Reason's just like really powerful instruments, and they're definitely something that you can use to get some different sounds. Okay, so continuing our conversation about the secret sauce of Reason, we're going to do players, but we're going to use different players tonight. So the players that I want us to take a look at, and just like last night, we also looked at some different effects. We looked at different effects units and things like that. So we also can look at some of that stuff as well. So it's not just about players. It's just that players is one of the premier features inside of Reason. Okay, it's one of the premier features inside of Reason. So with it being a premier feature inside of Reason, I want to make sure that we cover some of these players. So in this custom instrument that we're creating, we have a Rhodes, and I also have to send this master out back into the combinator. So we have a Rhodes, and then we also have a polytone, and we lastly have an object. So both the object and polytone need patches because they're just on the initial patch. So I'm just going to go ahead and add a patch. And what I really want is something short and something soft. Okay, something short and something soft. So we would basically be using, that would be a tom for this. Anyway, I thought that was an interesting little sound. So same thing, we're going to go to Polytone home folder and we're going to use the browser, find something short, and we don't have anything short and soft. So how about just something soft, and we'll choose this poly here. Very nice. I do see the Lighthouse has a question. I won't get to your question, the Lighthouse. Just give me 1 second as I show the player that we're about to get into, which is going to be, I don't have the player. Oh, I actually hit the player. So quad node generator, we're going to just drag this to the top of this object, and we're going to drag another one to the top of polytone. Okay, so what we're going to do with this is we're going to use this to create particles. We're going to use this to create some things that's going to play along with the chords of our roads. Okay. Okay, cool. So we can kind of hear what quad node generator is doing. It's kind of like just generating some notes, some random notes as we play. It's not really our arpeggiation. It just kind of just plucks in different notes. Okay, and you can add up to 4 different randomized generators. That's what quad node does. So right now it's just the first one is on, but we can turn all of these on, and then it will start to generate even more sounds. So you can start generating. Okay, you can also just, so a very quick way to just throw in some different sounds. Okay, we can turn up the master variation, and so you can kind of hear how it's already starting to generate some stuff. So the first thing that's happening here, I want to just make this slower. I feel like it's just like way too fast to begin with. I just really want some much slower notes being generated. Okay, maybe some stuff at some different rates, but definitely slower. And for now, I'm going to go ahead and turn this one off. Yeah. So you can hear it's kind of just already generating some stuff, right? And what I want to do with that is I want to make this just something super in the distance, something, with a lot of reverb. So we're going to use Ripley, and with Ripley space delay, we're just going to go ahead and select, I want a patch that has like a whole lot of, space, and I'm going to make it really wet. Okay, cool. Let's also add in a little bit more filtering here. can go a little faster. We can, and maybe I'll turn one of these off. So we don't have to generate so much. So even just with these two, I'll have one doing like 1/8 triplets, and we'll have the other one doing 1/8 notes, and shift it a little bit so that way they're not, you know, clashing into each other. Cool. I also want to turn the octave up. So you kind of hear what it's creating, right? It's creating these little particles, little things that's just kind of, you know, being created. So same thing over here. I want to change it from this tom though. And I'll even come and just choose a different pattern over here. Don't want that to be a drum, so we'll take it off a short and we'll just make it soft. Yeah, that even gives the feel, the vibe that I wanted even more, right? I just want to make sure that we set this to minor, C minor, because you can also change the scale just like we did in Polystep Sequencer. You can also change the scale. It's like, oh, just play chords. Now, what's really cool about players is when you can start doubling up on the players, just like we did before. So what I'll show you is I've been playing chords with, you know, my piano, but now I have this combinator here, right? And, you know, maybe we can also just turn some stuff down, maybe do some panning, maybe pan our object to the left, you know, maybe pan this guy a little bit to the right, have our roads coming in down the middle. And now we have what we could do also is we could have something affect the entire sound of the combinator. So we can just go ahead and add this chord sequencer to the top of the combinator. So now this chord sequencer here will now play whatever is in the combinator. It will play it right from up here. That's some interesting sounds there. Let's go to R&B real quick. I like that. I almost like everything except for the Rhodes that we have. So let's get some cooler sounding Rhodes up in here. Maybe something with a, oh, nice. Now, they also have some newer stuff as well, like Note Tool and Random Tool. And one thing that we can change, like for, you know, with Note Tool, you can take some stuff out. You can, you know, keep it to where it's only certain things that are being played. So, you know, we can play around with this as well. And then we say, okay, we don't want this, we don't want that. We set everything to the scale of C minor, and then we just kind of set things to only be in that scale. Now there's another way we could do that also. We can use scales and chords. We can drop that to the bottom of this, and then we can turn off chords, and then we can just set this to C minor. So now it will only play notes that are in C minor. So the main thing that we're looking at is the particles that's being generated. And those are being generated using quad note generator, right? So now here's another sauce that you can do inside of Reason. What I'm going to do is create a clip, and inside of that clip I'm just going to play a note. So this note from chord sequencer will be a chord. There's our chord right there, and of course we already also have our beautiful quad note generation. All of that stuff is going to be in there, right? What I'm going to do is just simply bounce this to place. And I know it's probably going to make a little bit of noise from your end, but we're just going to bounce that to place. And then depending on what style of music you're making, there's a couple of different things you now can do with this audio track. You can bounce this to new samples, and now you have this as a sample that you can then open up something, for example, Mimic or Grain, and you can just take this and drop this into Mimic. And now you can just play it like that. And that just gives it like a different kind of sound, right? You can also reverse it. Yeah, like that to me is pretty wavy right there. Like I definitely could hear nice drum pattern, nice 808 with something like that. You definitely get some wavy. And of course, one of the reasons why is because we have all of those plucks and all of those different things that we generated inside of that combinator. And we can come back in here and we can just do the same thing again. So what we're going to do is we're going to do this a couple different times. We're going to do the same thing, except I'm only going to change the sounds that are being used. So I'm only just changing the patches, and I'm not even going to look to see what patches are being changed. I'm just going to change the patches. And now I'm going to hit bounce in place again. And I'm actually just going to do that a couple of times. And so this is going to kind of create a bunch of one shots that we can use, a bunch of like one shot pads that we can use. Once we bounce that, we can then bounce it to new samples, like I said before. And listen, we have something totally different, and we can just go ahead and add that to this Mimic. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and do that again. So we have that one. I'm going to unmute. I'm going to come back over here to this combinator. I'm going to go ahead and change all of the patches once again. I'm not changing our generators. I'm just changing the sounds essentially. So we're getting very similar sounds, but I'm just going to do this a couple of times because, you know, it's going to just generate some different one shots, generate some different pads. So you can already see each of those. There's something different about them. We'll go ahead and bounce to new samples. Okay, we'll come over here. Yeah, that one, the particles sound a little bit different. So we'll come over here. We'll change this again. We'll go and just change this to a new patch. Change this to a new patch. And so this is part of the secret sauce of Reason, being able to, like Timeless Music said, make these custom combinators. And this combinator is basically our pad / one shot generator. Okay, I'm going to name it pad / one shot generator. Okay, and we are using this, you know, oh, it's not valid. I have to take out the slash. Pad / one shot generator, and we are using this to create another sound. So we're not necessarily playing this into the beat per se, but we're using this to make some pretty wavy one shots. Okay, and then with those one shots, we have then of course can use that to create some other tracks. So I'm going ahead and bounce this to, you know, Mimic takes what, 8? So we do 8 of them. And so we're halfway through. We've only been doing one chord. We've been doing the same chord. So this time I'll go ahead. I'll come in here. I'll change the chord. Okay, so we was doing this chord. I'll change the chord this time. Oh, I like that one. Let's do that one. That one sounds cool. So we'll change the chord. So we change the chord because we also have that chord sequencer at top, right? That's playing our chords for us. So we'll come in here and we'll change some stuff around. So we have this set to Sad Story. So this time we'll change it from Sad Story to something else. I'm going to go ahead and jump that octave up. This is our custom quad note generator that we did down here. Maybe we bump this guy up. In terms of the variation, we bump that up. We can also change these patterns. So this pattern knob right here, each of this has a certain pattern. So we can just change the pattern to be a different pattern, and then that will generate a different note. So just as a note, so you understand how you use quad note generator, there are 4 slots that you can generate. Right now, we're only using 2 of those slots. This one is on and this one is on. And this is really like a good use case for it. Playing in notes that you're not really focused on. You're not looking for a specific melody. You're not looking for a specific line. You just want notes to just pop in and out. So you think of it like improvised piano, or you think of it like a string quartet that's just, you know, riffing. That is what quad note generator would be used for. Randomized notes that's coming in a variation, like there's a variation of the way that the notes are being generated, but it's also like as specific as it's being generated, it's also very loosely being generated. Okay, so that's the idea about that. So we just changed some stuff with this quad note generator as well, and we'll go ahead and leave that, and we will change our patches. So we just have totally new sounds, okay? And then we'll go ahead and hit bounce. So this is like a strategy that you could use if you're looking for like, okay, like how can I just get some different sounds? How can I just, you know, create something totally different, something that I don't have at all? You know, how can I do that? And I'm using polytone. But instead of a polytone, this could very well be a piano sound, for example. We can even test that out, and I'll let you guys hear what it sounds like when I finish with that. We can, instead of this being a polytone, we could instead have this be any other kinds of instruments, or we can just have it be a piano, for example. I'll let you hear what this sounds like. So that it's just generating piano notes in C minor, right? And then we can also change this up here. I love that. That's exactly the sound that I'm looking for. Actually, that's the exact sound I'm looking for. Something like that. Now the only thing that I would want to do is just put some reverb on that, you know. And I can just add that right in. See what I'm saying? You see how we just kind of just flip that into, you know, a whole nother sound, a whole nother vibe. I'm going to turn down some of the dry wet. And then we will take this. This one is already done. We'll unmute this guy and we will hit bounce in place. Let me just turn this off real quick. We'll hit bounce in place. and we'll just keep that rolling. Now, I do have some time, so at this time, since I do have some people watching and listening, I appreciate you guys for coming through to check out the live stream thus far. I want to let you know this is March Madness, where we've been live streaming in Reason all month long. Make sure to follow me, Chris Reed Beats, on all social platforms. And if you are looking for one-on-one tutorials where you can get questions answered, where you can ask questions, where you can, have me listen to your beats personally, go to chrisreedbeats.com and you can schedule your one-on-one tutorial. Make sure, please, that you like this video, because when you hit like on this video, it lets YouTube know that people like this video. So please be sure to like the video so that way they can send it to other people. And if you are new to the channel, please be sure to subscribe. One thing that I can tell you as a YouTuber and as a musician and just as an overall person, that I have put so many videos out. I've proven to my audience and I've proven to you guys I'm not going anywhere. If it's up to me, in all the power that I have, I'm not going anywhere. And this marathon, going every single day during this month, I hope that it shows you and proves to you that there will be more content to come. So this is probably the most amount of content I've done at one point in time, releasing something every single day for 30 days. And I think that is definitely worth a subscribe. All right, let's jump back into Reason. Now, I did want to address this question, the Lighthouse. I'm not sure if the Lighthouse is still here or not, but I did want to front load those who are watching, who are looking for some secret sauce. And I feel like that is some sauce. I feel like that's some sauce that we gave you. But let me go ahead and answer the question from the Lighthouse. He says, hello, is there a DAW you recommend for a beginner? I want to do it professionally, so should I rule out FL and BandLab? I keep trying to learn every DAW. My thought, the Lighthouse, I'm glad that you're still in here. A great question. My thought about ruling out, first I'm going to take it piece by piece. Should you rule out FL or BandLab? No, you should not rule out either one of those just because you use the word professionally, because there are a lot of professionals that are using FL and BandLab, and they are generating Grammy Award winning songs and beats, and they are generating thousands, if not millions of dollars using FL and BandLab. The idea or the thing about your DAW, like some people might get into DAWs simply because they caught the deal at the time. That really honestly could be the case when it comes to Cubase, Reason, FL, Ableton Live, when it comes to Cakewalk, BandLab, when it comes to all of these different things. You might just catch the deal. I think BandLab is the one that you get for free. You might just catch the deal and say, well, it's for free, so why not? I save money there. But a lot of times you might catch that deal and that becomes the first DAW that you use. Studio One, for example, you might catch Reason's deal. Reason has a subscription model now, $20, and you can get the full DAW along with players, effects, instruments, and Reason companion packs. So if you do all of that, that's a lot for $20, right? So as a beginner, that's a lot. But part of that is the offer. We haven't even got into like how easy or how hard it is to make music with any of those DAWs. I think as a beginner, some of those factors are more important, because you can learn the DAW. If you spend enough time, if you spend enough money, if you spend enough effort, you can learn any DAW. So it's not about that. Once you learn the DAW, now it becomes what is limiting and what's freeing. What frees me when I'm trying to make my music, and what's limiting? What matters to me? Ableton Live, I like Ableton Live for the way that you can launch your clips. You put all your clips together and then you can launch them. Reason has block mode. It's similar, but Ableton, I think Ableton launch feature is the one that is above and beyond most other people's features of their DAWs. That's a feature that might be very useful for a lot of people. However, I do not prefer the look and feel of Ableton Live. To me, the look and feel of it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work for me. When I look at it and I'm using it, I don't feel encouraged. I don't feel motivated. I don't feel inspired. So that's just me, right? The aesthetic of it sometimes blocks me out. Reason, a lot of times when it comes to stuff that Reason can do, another DAW could do it in 30 seconds less. So the same thing Reason can do, it just takes FL 30 seconds less. Like, I'm even thinking of a feature that FL can do in terms of like side chaining your kick. You can do it in like 2 clicks, whereas in Reason, it just takes a little longer. Now, when it comes down to it, I like the look of Reason. I like the feel of Reason. So that's why I pushed more into it. So anyway, this is the long, drawn out, geeky version of the answer of the question that you asked me. If you want industry standard and you want what everybody is compatible with, then you have to use something like Pro Tools. You need Pro Tools for professional industry standard. That's what stuck out in my head. If you want to record vocals and make beats, you need Pro Tools. If you want something that is heavy on beat techniques, drawing in notes, making chord progressions, making drums, drum loops, then you go FL Studio. If making music and the process of making music and making new sounds and sound design and the aesthetic and the feel, if those things are more important for you, then you go with something like Reason. But some of these DAWs are going to have easier things you can do and harder things that you can do. I think Ableton Live and FL Studio, when you want to add in your own drum kits, like they just have a window pane to the left where it's just super easy for you to just drag and drop in a drum kit. Whereas Reason, it has the browser and sometimes it's a little harder to navigate. It might take some time. And, you know, that's just a truthful thing. I don't want to just be like, oh, yeah, Reason definitely. Yeah, Reason is the easiest, and Reason I can't do that. I have to be honest and say there are some drawbacks to where if you don't fall in love with the software, then don't go trying to like court it. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't court Reason if you're not falling in love with her. Like, it's one of those things that you will know. You know what I'm saying? When I saw my wife, I knew. It's like, oh, yeah, her. It's gonna be her. Whatever things might happen, but it's gonna be her, and that's exactly what it is. So I just, whatever. You take that how you will. You know what I'm saying? So some DAWs are easier than other DAWs, but you can learn any DAW. So I would start looking for those other things. If you are a sample-based producer and you want to be able to do samples, then Reason might not be the DAW for you because it doesn't have stem separation, right? Some of these other DAWs have stem separation. You can take a sample from the 70s, from the 80s, from the 90s. You could take a sample and then you could drop it into the DAW and it will split the sample from the kick, the bass, the notes, and the vocals. And then you can go in and fine tune your sample. Reason has Mimic, where you can do sampling and you can do time stretching and time warping. Ableton has a built-in in their browser, in their piano roll, essentially. The time warping and time stretching that they have is also very good for sampling and that whole thing. It's almost like Mimic is an instrument inside of Reason, and Ableton is a big boy Mimic, if you will. It's like Ableton is like the whole thing is built around what Mimic can do, right? So it's just, imagine, it's like, these are the kind of questions that could get me to talk all night long, because it's just like, it's crazy too, because over so many years of using different DAWs and different softwares and making so much different music, you just learn so many different things. about all of these dolls. You know what I'm saying? So like how I said, use Ableton too, right? Do you use Reason and Ableton together? I don't use Ableton and Reason together because I would only really need one or the other. I wouldn't I would just feel like I'm not getting the best of both worlds by using them together. So if I'm going to pull up Reason, like the Reason rack, for example, and I'm going to use the Reason rack in Ableton, I could have just pulled up Reason, you know. So I'm usually using one or the other for a specific reason. I'm usually going to Reason when I want something quick, fast, and I want to use Reason's instruments. I want to use Object. I want to use Polar. I want to use Parsec. I want to use Europa. I want to use Thor. I want to use that redrum. I want to use the Reason drum kits, the Reason electric bass. I want to use those specific instruments. That's why I'm pulling up Reason. I'm pulling up Ableton. I'm not using any of Ableton's stock. There is not one single stock instrument that I'm going to use from Ableton. I will use only plugins in Ableton. So if I'm in the mind of I'm finna use a bunch of plugins, right? If I'm in the mind of I'm finna use a bunch of plugins, then I'm going to go to Ableton. But I'm not going to use both. I'm not going to use both of them together. Now, Reason has made it very easy for you to use both of them together. They have actually made it pretty easy for you to do that. But me personally, I just wouldn't do that. So anyway, I just put those two questions together because I thought they were similar. So the Lighthouse, hopefully that does answer your question. You know, it gives you some insight into how you can make that choice. And, you know, start thinking about the different things that you can make that choice off of. You know, start thinking about, you know, the different things that makes those dolls attractive, you know? Okay. Let me see. Let me add this real quick. So jumping back into Reason, what we have been doing is we have been creating these loops and turning them into samples and dropping those samples. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're on number 6. We have been using our pad one-shot generator to essentially generate some different sounds. We have been creating some different stuff here, and I'm going to use a different sound. So I'm going to change. I really like that one. I'm going to change this to something else. We have our piano here. Our piano is doing the piano thing, and we're ready to go ahead and do our next sound. So I'm going to unmute this, and I'll go to bounce in place. Oh, Shift B. I love to learn shortcuts, by the way. Learn the shortcuts and then just start implementing them. Some shortcuts that are really helpful. Just the letter P. The letter P by itself, you press P and P will start to play, you know, whatever clip you press P on. So, you know, I'll put something else over here. It will set a loop around it, and then it will play it. So that's a very powerful shortcut. See what I'm saying? Like, it just plays it from there. So, okay, I want to work on this section, press P. And it's just like so fast how that can, you know, become something that you can use. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and drop this guy in. Okay, we're going to do one more. Let me see. I'm gonna choose a different pad again. So we'll go, oh, not this one. We'll go to this, and we're going to go ahead and change our Rhodes as well. And then I'm going to change the chord that we're going to play one last time. Then we did 8 of them. Okay, cool. Give me that one. I'll take that one. And then we'll go ahead and bounce that. So we're bouncing into place. All we did is just take one note and bounce into place. And then I guess I'm gonna just do one more. I left the note very long. This time I'm just gonna do like a very short. Well, let's see, like maybe this long. I think that's even too much. I might change this stage. I wanted to not sustain. I just want to do like a choppy note, basically. But instead of doing like a choppy note, it's just holding that note down. So that might be something I have to do. It's another thing too, like some plugins, I just don't know how to change the plugin stuff, but on Reason, like a lot of the instruments on Reason, I do. So that becomes another reason for why it's like, oh, I'll use a Reason instrument rather than use this Arturia instrument, because I don't know how to make this Arturia instrument do exactly what I want it to do. And then at the end of the day, it's like, maybe I can't actually get it to do that thing that I wanted to do at all. Maybe I can't get it to do that at all. So that's another thing. Yo, Chris, how come my audio interface keeps glitching out when I listen to YouTube? I'm not sure. B-Haas, welcome to the live stream. Super Futuristic, welcome to the live stream. You have to give me more information when you say glitching out. Like, what is happening? What are you doing? You know, when that happens, you know, why do you think that that's happening? Give me some more information, and then I can maybe help you out. Cooking up. Yeah. Cooking up. All right, cool. So, what I was saying was we're going to go and I'm going to change this. I'm going to use this in NXT. This is the last one that I'm going to do. I'm going to change this in NXT, and I'm going to create a Rhodes with it. So I'll go here, and then like when I first got Reason, this was some of the ones we used to pull up, like that T Rhodes. Because what I wanted to do, I wanted to have release, but I want it to be like a choppy thing. So yeah, like that. Okay, cool. So now I got the sound, and I know that it's muted for you guys, so you can't necessarily hear it all the way, but there's a reason for that. So now I just have that one, you know, choppy, you know, sound right there. And I'll go ahead and bounce that to samples. Bounce that to new samples. So cool. We have that, and we can use that over here. Oh wait, I'm doing the wrong thing. So in song samples, you'll see here are all of the notes that we created, and I can just drag that over to Mimic and drop that in there. So this is what we did earlier. What we did earlier was we did that. I'll let you hear what it sounds like now. Oh, let me switch over to Mimic. So I'll switch over to Mimic. Now you got a nice little chop. And so that's what I mean. You have a nice little chop there, and we generated that chop. And you can do some different things with that, okay? I like to slow things down a lot. And we can try reversing it. Maybe we need to come a little closer though. Some nice ambiance right there. It's just long and dark and building. See what I mean? So this is sound design. This is custom sound, right? That is the secret sauce of Reason. Not saying that, you know, it can't be done other places, but if you're not using Reason to do sound design, then yeah, you're eating the Big Mac without the Big Mac sauce. Okay. It actually stops working. I don't know. It just stops working. I had a cheap interface and it was doing the same thing. So I bought the Scarlett 4i4 and it's still doing the same thing even with a new computer. My audio interface keeps glitching out when I listen to YouTube. What computer are you using? Are you using Mac or are you using PC? And check the cable. You might need to just get the cable. B-Hoss, I'm absolutely going to give you this one pack shot. You know why I'm going to give it to you though? I'm going to give it to you just because you asked for it. You feel me? Because B-Hoss asked for it. So for sure, for our channel members, we will absolutely be doing that today. So bunch of one shots here. Let me see. Export samples. We will be exporting these samples and I will be dropping a link for our channel members tonight. Okay, so this let's call it new folder. We'll bounce those. I think that please join the channel membership. It's just hit join. It's $4.99. You can cancel after the first day. There's some other downloadables that you could get to. What you can do is I'll even include this mimic folder, this mimic patch right here. I'll even include this in here too. Let me see. Oh, I can't include it because it has self-contained patches. Well, I'll get a catch. I can definitely use an in-depth mimic tutorial. Thank you, Chris. James Robinson. Yeah, for sure. You know, one day we can go through and look at mimic. Mimic has a lot of different stretch algorithms. Okay. You know, tape, advanced, melody, vocal, granular. I'm using granular right now. And it just, you know, that's what we use to kind of get this feel that we did. Oh, now it won't play because I switched over. But granular's cool. I wonder if there's a way we can, I don't think you can adjust. Yeah, I don't think you can, but you should. That would be cool if we could adjust the stuff in there. Oh, you can do it to the speed mod. You can make that. Just trying to make it like swing back and forth in that thing. You know what I'm saying? No. B-Hoss, you never had the kid with me, man, because you are a channel supporter, my dog. You have a membership, you know what I'm saying? And that helps to support the channel. You know what a membership says? The membership is like, hey, every month it's support that's coming there. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is important. And for me, I just try to think of more ways that I can make that worth it for you. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? Any way that I can, you know, I definitely will. Made so well. Welcome to the live stream. What I would say, super futuristic, because I was just still thinking about what's going on with your problem. What I would say is check your cable, and check the audio interface, because that could be the problem. Hey, welcome to the live, man. Shout out Super Futuristic, just joined. A new member just joined. I really appreciate that, man, because like I said, that supports the channel. That, that membership goes a long way, even if you cancel your membership next month. But just signing up, I really appreciate it. We got some really great people that have signed up and joined us and joined the membership, so I appreciate you, brother. What I was saying was, it might just be your cable, because on this Focusrite that I have right here, I've run into that issue. Sometimes if I just touch the cable a little bit, it'll disconnect, and it'll just disconnect and it'll fry everything. So the steps that you want to do, here's some steps that you want to do for that interface. Okay, you want to go to the Focusrite website, make sure that you have the most recent drivers, and it's going to seem like, oh, that's not all that necessary. It's like, no, it really is. Update all of your drivers, make sure you got the right drivers for that interface. Check your cable, maybe get a different cable. Okay, make sure that when you connect the cable, it's snug and it's actually fitting inside of the Focusrite, like it's actually fitting inside of the interface. And then also make sure that you check your ports on your PC and make sure that they're good to go. Okay, after that, try different web browsers. So if you notice, oh, I always have this problem whenever I use Chrome. Okay, try Firefox, try Safari, try whatever else that what other kind of browser you can get your hands on. Try the different browsers. Okay, and then if you're still running into that issue, I would reset everything in terms of the audio interface, because the thing about it is that audio interface, when you choose that audio interface, it is affecting your entire PC sound. When you choose that to be your output and your input for your sound, it changes everything. So just like Made So Well, that's what I'm saying. Just restart things, reinstall things, but definitely those drivers is going to be one thing that you want to make sure that you redo those drivers and make sure that those things are good and ready to go. Okay. So yeah, make sure that you do that. Where's my pack? Let me see this. We call this Chris. Okay, these are one shots in C minor. Okay, these are some one shot. These are some C minor one shots. Okay. And I'm just gonna rename them real quick. So after you know what I'm saying, Brave. I never heard of Brave. CBC voter, what up? Welcome to the live stream. I never heard of Brave, but yes, check those different things, and then see what you get. Okay, how many are those? That's a couple. We can even come in and do a few more. I mean, it's fun. We could do some more chops. I don't think this one, because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I think this one still needs to get bounced to bounce clip to disk. That's the one that we want. Bounce clip to disk. Yes. Okay. 9. It's number 9. C minor. Okay, cool. And why I feel like some cool sounds could be like We've been using a lot of Rhodes, but like some of these, maybe not that. Clavinet, the clavinet with the auto wall. Ooh, yeah, that got a cool little funky little sound. That's cool. That's cool. Change this. Change this. Wow. I like that. And now I don't like this. Let me see. Oh, we got to play that longer. You guys hear that? Play this longer. Hold on. I just like all of that. Nice. Nice. What if we come in here and change some stuff real quick? Drop this down an octave. That's definitely one right there. Go ahead and bounce that into place. That's definitely one. Definitely one for sure, man. Go ahead and bounce that to disc. Secret sauce clip. That makes 10. Definitely. Okay, super futuristic and BHOS. So y'all gonna be the only ones to get this tonight? Somebody else gonna join the membership so y'all can get this? And they're like, well, let me see. I'm gonna use a different instrument instead. I was saying like a string or like a stringed instrument. Like a pizzicato. But I don't see a pizzicato in there right away. NN19 has a pizzicato. I do know that. Yeah, there goes a pizzicato. Well, I like what's being generated with these. So maybe not. Interesting. Membership is $4.99. It doesn't say on here somewhere where you can hit the join button to join the membership. Let's bounce that into place. Bounce. Just making a little one-shot situation on this. To disc. Let me see. Got 11. Hey, Mesa Will, thanks for the super chat, bro. Thank you for the super chat, man. I appreciate that. So now I can go back to my wife and I can say, babe, I got a new member and I got a super chat tonight on the YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Somebody be like, that's nothing special. Nah, it means a lot, bro. It means a lot. I appreciate it. I don't take it for granted at all. I don't take it for granted at all. Let's see, a mallet. I don't know if you can join her on the phone. Actually, that's a good idea. Oh, they make it hard for you to join the channel membership, huh? Is that right? Let me just see if there's a way I can. Let me see if there's a way I can get y'all like a little link or something. I didn't know that was the case. I thought YouTube made it super easy. Okay. That's an interesting little sound. I'm gonna make this one a little longer. And then hit bounce to place. And NXT is indeed a workhorse. You know what I'm saying? Just looking at the secret sauce of Reason in general, man, it all is. It all is. There we go. Links to share. Invite viewers to join your channel. Here you go. Share your members only videos. Okay, here's members only videos. I can share that playlist. I didn't even know that was a thing. But yes. So when you do sign up, if you join the membership to help support the channel, I will appreciate that. And when you do, what you will do is you'll have access to this membership tab right here. There's this membership tab. So for example, like Super Futuristic right now, you could go to this membership tab, and when you click on it, okay, you'll see some different videos that you can see that only you will have access to as a member. And then also there's some different links. There's different links and things that you can do. Okay. So look, all of these loops and stuff, there's loops in there and stuff that you can download. You'll have access to all of that. Okay. So some secret videos, some secret links, some secret, you know, somebody is in here right now. They probably done went and you know what I'm saying, screenshot trying to click stuff to try to get to it. Probably, who knows? They'll probably go try to redo it. You know what I'm saying? But if you just join the membership, you just have it already. You don't have to do any of that, right? You could just join the membership and you'll have access to it. Shout outs to you, man, for joining the membership. I appreciate that. And I put the link in the chat for those that's interested in joining the membership as well. And I'm going to do one more and then I'm calling it for tonight. It's time for me to go grab some food. Let me see, how many is this? We're on number 12. That's 12 one shots. You know what I'm saying? That's 12 one shots. I guess we can just, I guess I'll just go and I'll just, let me see. We'll just swap some stuff again. Swap some stuff. Boop. Swap some stuff. There you go. Hit this. Bounce in place. And maybe I'll do a few more. Do a few more. Okay. Bounce, clip to this. But yeah, because like, you know what I'm saying? Like doing that, like I could definitely see how, like the next time I do a live stream, I'll probably be just using, I'll probably just save this one. I'm gonna save this as the secret sauce live stream part 2. I'm gonna save this and definitely go back and use it, you know. Maybe I'll turn off the chord this time. I've been using chord sequencer. Maybe I'll just turn off the chord. Yeah, I'll just turn off the chord, and this time it'll just be one note. So we'll do this, change that note, change this note. Whole lot going on there. Okay. I think that's this one. See, I want to hear what this one would. I want to hear what this one could do if I bounce it. I want to hear what this one could do if I No, tonight is Wingstop. Tonight they grab Wingstop. So I'm gonna see what that Wingstop is hitting for. One more. I'm gonna do one more. So that way we got like a, not an even number, but we got 15. 15 is like that's a good number. 15. Okay. Let's change this sound. Oh, give me like a lot of reverb on this guy. Now that is interesting. That is interesting. I'm gonna just drop this down. So around there it ends. Bouncing into place. And then I'm dropping the link up. Let me see. Now listen, if y'all looking for something super musical, this not the pack for that, okay? This is like some abstract particles, secret sauce, you know what I'm saying, some stuff. Take this stuff like what I'm finna show you what I would do with it. I would take this, okay, bounce to new samples. I would like drop this into a mimic, just like I did earlier. Take that. Maybe drop that to a mimic, maybe go slow, maybe reverse it, you know. See what I'm saying? Do something this. Maybe use green. Secret sauce like we did from last night. Make a little parallel. Make a little parallel channel. On the parallel channel, maybe do some other freaky stuff, you know. Maybe use this Audiomatic. They got a cool little psych. Or even like a little alligator filter. I like how I was doing all that, but I had to mute off. I think y'all could still hear from this other part, right? Y'all can still hear, right? Let me see. I come over here and I. Oh no, y'all couldn't really hear it. Here, I'll let y'all hear what I was doing. I was doing like a whole bunch of stuff. Oh, see, look, he found a workaround. That brave is working. I'm glad to hear it's working. You know, something like that. You could even go crazy and add in a couple of them. That's interesting right there. And do multi-pitch. All we need is some nice little lo-fi drums right there. You know what I'm saying? That's all you need, some nice lo-fi drums on that one. Where's my little pad at right here? Just all you need is a little lo-fi. Let me see. I didn't have my tempo on. Let me see. Bop, 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 bop. Sound, playing with that little, you know what I'm saying? Kind of how we using it right now, like the best way to use it, kind of how it's being used right now. So, you know, we could also, you know, we got to take this and maybe run it through a different effect. Maybe, you know, we run it through Audiomatic, because Audiomatic is just awesome, right? And we send it through the vinyl. Make it sound like, you know, I think there's some other stuff in here we can use to kind of give it that feeling as well. Something to make it wobbly. Let me see where we got. Not a chorus. The Big Crush for sure. Yeah, that's that feel right there. That's that. Oh man, what somebody call Eldre. Somebody call Eldre. Tell him I got a little patch for him. We getting lo-fi. Hey, if you don't have kilohertz, make sure you go pick up kilohertz too. Kilohertz is dope, bro. Kilohertz is definitely dope. Somebody call Eldre. Do I even have? Let me see something real quick. I was only supposed to do 1 hour. I'm already doing more than 1 hour. You're welcome. But shout outs to Made So Well and Super Futuristic. You know what I'm saying? Shout outs to channel members, everybody like that. They made it to where we could actually do some stuff like this. Oh, I do have this. Let me see, Open and Reason. Isotope vinyl. This one's completely free. I really like this one. Hold on, I want to change something. I got a lot of warp happening. Where is that? Let me turn some of that down. You feel me? Got that lo-fi vibe, got that lo-fi joint. That's it right there. Okay, one last time. This is your boy Chris Reed Beats. This is March Madness. We have been cooking up, man. Cooking up. Oh, dang. See, every time. Okay, here we go. We transfer. Okay, I'm setting up my we transfer link right now. One-on-one tutorials if you're interested in one-on-one tutorials on beat making and Reason Studios. Make sure you like this live stream and subscribe if you are not currently subscribed. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to give, or I should say, we're going to drop in these files. We're going to create a link, okay, for the files. These are one shots. I would use them like that, but you could use them however. They just kind of have like some roads, some different bells, some different sounds, some different stuff. If you are a channel member, you will have access to it. It will be right there ready for you on the membership tab. You just click on the membership tab and it'll be right there ready for you. Okay. I hope that you guys enjoyed this live stream. I want to make sure that the link is ready and live for everybody that joined. Shout out to, again, once more, shout out to Super Futuristic for joining the channel membership. I did put the link to join the channel membership. If you want to join channel membership, you can join the channel membership and support the channel. We've been live streaming all month long, seemingly, for free. You know what I'm saying? So it really is very encouraging when people decide they want to help and support the channel monetarily. Okay, so I appreciate that. All right, we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna create this post. I'm gonna make sure I create this post right now. Okay, So this is the secret sauce one shots. Okay. Secret sauce one shots. This is 15 one shots / pads / chords. Okay, use them in lo-fi beats like the one I cooked up on the live stream, or even R&B or any genre. All right, cool. I just wanted to make sure it got posted to the members. Okay, all channel members, post. It's there. All right, so you can go and download that right now if you are a member of the channel. And shout outs to everybody that came through to the live stream tonight. You know what I'm saying? I do appreciate you. Mohajer, The Lighthouse, Kai Beats, looks like Timeless Music, Frank Nitty. I've been seeing that name a lot. Appreciate you. And Timeless Music, Hyde F84, James Salinas, your boy Rome. What up, Rome? We also had B Haas up in here, of course, Super Futuristic, as well as James Robinson, May So Well, CBC Voter. I appreciate all of y'all for coming through to the live stream. Felony Loke, what up, man? China Boy Music, Frank Nitty. I said Frank Nitty already. I think that's everybody, man. Shout outs to y'all, man. You guys are awesome. I appreciate y'all for coming through to the live stream. It's always fun. I'm glad that we can just get another live stream in and just have a lot of fun. Man, share this video, dog. Show somebody all of the fun, all of the stuff that we did tonight with Quad Note Generator. Okay, and the using Quad Note Generator to create particles and to create, you know, movement, right, and create like some melodies and these chords, doubling up Quad Note Generator with chord sequencer to kind of create these wavy sounds that we have here, man. That was just like, you know what I'm saying, that was a vibe right there, man. That's how you get that done right there. That's a vibe. Okay, B-Ha says the link is good, y'all. The link is good. B-Ha says the link is good. So make sure you go check that out. Yeah. Last but not least, shout outs to everybody. Listen, God loves you and I do too. I will catch you guys on the next live stream. Until then, peace. Have a good night, everybody.